Hello, everybody. Brockwell here to talk to you about functional neurological disorder. I'm sorry I have not posted in a few days, but after my first round of videos, I started getting a lot of questions, a lot through email and through direct message. And I decided to wait and try to take some of the questions in. And I kind of have a whole list of things that people would like me to discuss. But one of the funnier things was how did I accidentally attend a riot and how I saw a guy get his hand blown off. So here it goes. I had my shoulder replacement surgery on my right shoulder on October the 1st up in Los Angeles. I was at White Memorial Medical Center. I had a lot of complications immediately following my surgery. I woke up in the post-operative room, and I did not know who I was for about 2 hours. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I was. They gave me an iPad to write on, and I thought I had been shot. I was surrounded by people with the COVID protocols. Everybody's wearing a space helmet, so that was a bit disconcerting as well. I really had no idea what was going on. I know that they called my emergency contact and said, is this normal? And in a lot of ways, it had a lot to do with the functional neurological disorder. Basically, and I was worried about this going into my surgery, I was worried about having basically an episode or a seizure because of the trauma of the surgery itself. And apparently I did. It took about 2 hours, and then it was actually I saw a picture of my kids, and man, it just whoosh, it whooshed all back in. I didn't even know what year it was. So they were very concerned about that. They did get me in to see a new neurologist eventually, but I had a lot of complications right after surgery, and I was released from the hospital. I immediately had some more problems, and I basically wound up getting readmitted to the hospital. And that was the time where I almost died a couple times. So, to get back to the story about the riot, obviously during this time, this is at the very beginning of October. There's a lot going on in the world. So I wasn't very invested in what was going on in the outside world. So I finally get out of the hospital on the 9th of October. Maybe it was the 10th. And my friend had come out to help me get over to the hotel. He had already left that morning. It was a Sunday morning. And it was in the evening. I had moved to a hotel in downtown LA. And it was right near LA Live. Right near the Staples Center. And I was, how do I say this delicately? I take a sleeping aid at night, and it was about 9 o'clock at night or something. And I was just settling in. I have this enormous sling, the pillow. So for a full replacement, they give you this ridiculous pillow. You're all the way out here. I have 5 different straps. I got bandages. I mean, it looks weird. Yeah, I'm like this the entire time. I'm just settling in, watching TV. I'm getting ready to go to bed. And all of a sudden I hear all hell break loose outside. There are explosions going off. What sounds like hundreds, if not thousands of people screaming, running through the street. I thought, is this, is it the TV next door or something? And then I could feel the blast from the, coming like through the windows. So I'm a bit diminished in my state, and but I decided to go downstairs to try to figure out what's going on. I had heard about a lot of like the unrest and about the upcoming election and stuff like that. I was like, I have no idea what's going on. So I go downstairs in my flip-flops and shorts and a t-shirt. I got my earbuds in, and I walk outside, and it is more of a celebration. I had no idea that the LA Lakers had just won the finals. I had different priorities for the week before that. So all the explosions were actually huge fireworks going off by revelers downtown. And my hotel, the Marriott, the JW Marriott, had these barricades, and they did not want all the hooligans running through their lobby. So there was an enormous security presence out front. And I was intrigued by the whole thing, so I said, "Hey, let me out. I want to go." For some reason, even though I look terrible and I have this huge shoulder monstrosity on me, I decide it's a great time to go for a walk. And so there are thousands of people out there. There's people everywhere. I was wearing a mask, but there was a lot of people that were not. And they are shooting off these mortars, fireworks in the middle of the street. And so as I'm walking through this intersection right on Olympic Boulevard, right next to the JW Marriott, there is a party goer that wants to kick it up a notch. He grabs the mortar off the ground and he wants to launch it up in the air with his hand. And I guess he gripped it too tight and it literally blew off like at least 2, maybe 3 of his fingers, and blood went everywhere. All these people that were mysteriously not concerned about COVID, while they were screaming in each other's faces, were now very concerned that there was blood flying everywhere. By the way, I was about 50 yards away. It wasn't right next to me. I was a good ways away, but I saw kind of this red mist, and it was quite the scene. So I am walking down Olympic Boulevard, and I see some nice gentlemen. I decided to go walk down and see what they're doing, and they were all riot police. I had no idea that just beyond that barricade there was some shootings. There was people setting stuff on fire, and I was like, well, when am I ever going to be walking down the middle of Olympic Boulevard in downtown LA, right? So I asked this cop, I'm like, what's going on? And he looks me up and down, and he says, are you just getting here or something? I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what's going on. He goes, the Lakers just won and he goes, why are you here? He goes, why are you dressed like that? And I said, I'm staying in that hotel right there. He goes, they're about to arrest everybody on this street, so I suggest you get inside as soon as you can. And I kind of just looked around, and I saw an enormous amount of police showing up, and I'm like, yep, it's about time to go home. So so that's how I inadvertently became in a small riot. And I didn't get arrested. I just walked down the street listening to Nobody's Gonna Brick in My Stride, and on Olympic Boulevard in downtown LA. Oh, and there was this guy in a huge bubble, like Bubble Boy. He was in a big bubble, and he thought it'd be fun to go down there and like roll around in this hamster ball thing. And that was great until the crowd picked up this hamster ball, and we never saw him again. He just like literally went flying down the road. So interesting times when you get out of the hospital, for sure. But it was definitely a surreal moment, and for some weird reason, everybody wanted to hear that story. So that is how I saw a guy in the last couple months of this trying time in my life. That is how I attended a riot by accident, and how I saw somebody get their part of their hand blown off. So there you go. Enjoy. Until next time.